closely behind her. Coming towards us, and I'm sure she will continue to, but at the moment she's stopped and assessing, and may have heard something, may have smelled something. You can see her ears have pricked up, and they are wanting to relocate the rest of their pride. They are also going to want to feed themselves, so they've got a few things on the list of things to do. And she does appear to have heard something in there. Brian can't see anything. Maybe they can't see something, maybe they can smell something or hear something, and you can see she's certainly as quietly as possible. I'm just going to try and use this opportunity before anything does happen to get into an area where we can film. Oh, there's some impala. Some impala. They're not too far from the lion. Now the trick is to... Ooh, this is looking good. The trick is for us to now try and find a spot where we can film and watch from without interfering. I think we're going to have a fairly decent spot coming up shortly, so we'll get a few more meters. It's a small bachelor herd of impala. Okay. And there, Brian. Yeah. So Brian's going to zoom into the lioness. You can see she's focused there, and he's going to pan across now to the impala, which are just to our right. They've got no idea that there's two lions nearby, and now we sit and we wait. Fairly decent cover for these lions to stalk up to these impala, so things are looking good. But what I will say from the outset is that two young lions with not very much hunting experience will have the odds stacked heavily against them. It was a few weeks later into the year, closer to the impala's rutting season, the lion would have a chance of the impala having a fight and chasing one another into the... That does happen during the impala's rutting season. The majority of kills you see are that of male impala. Now, as frustrating as it is, I'm not going to move the vehicle now, and Brian's doing a great job tracking her through this thick bush. But we don't want to interfere in any way in the ongoings here. So we're just going to have and hope that everything unfolds in front of us. The impala appear to be feeding towards the lion. In terms of the wind, it's very gentle and kind of swirling around a bit, so neither in the lion's favor nor the impala's favor that I can tell at this stage. I wonder what the young male has done, or if he's just sitting back watching. Will this be the first lion kill that I see at Djuma? Possibly. Young lion. But she's a long way off. She's going to need to get probably 3 or 4 times closer than what she is before she's got any chance of catching one. Well, she appears to be looping around a wide berth. And she might pop out going past that termite mound there, Brian. On the left of that termite mound, you might get her coming into shot. Brian and I have got different angles because he is more elevated than me, so I can see her because at the moment. But here she goes, and you might just be able to see her back and ears move past the frame. There she goes. You can just see her back disappearing. Mound. Do you believe it? I've got a scent of the lion. It's hard to say, but they all kind of bombshelled a little bit, and that's also what the lion wants. They're direction, so they don't know where the threat is coming from, but they got a fright. Something gave them a fright, and I'm guessing it could be a slight whiff of lion that they may have smelt. Got no idea where this lioness has gone, but I do not want to risk driving in and interfering on what goes on here. So we'll just sit and wait. As long as we can see the impala, we can see where the action is going to unfold, because that is what the lion is heading towards. Relaxing again. It's a tricky that doesn't want to be seen, and that's what's going on now. The lion, understandably, want to be out of everyone's view. Not that we in vegetation like this is tricky. Anything is possible, but as you can see, we don't have much to work with here. position ourselves. Again, our main focus is to not interfere with what happens. And to do that, we do have to firstly distance ourselves from the action. And secondly, not drive around too much, trying to get an angle that's going to work, because in all reality, you're not going to get an angle that is going to work. As soon as the lion starts running at an extremely high speed, the impala are going to do the same thing, and who knows which direction they'll head in. But the good news at this stage is that these impala, despite having a small scare earlier, are completely oblivious to the fact that there are lion here.
Impala is going to be eaten.
Okay, so Brian thinks that the unicorn is going to be taken down.
Simply because we could recognize it. For many reasons.
Yeah, interesting. Falling at crew, just it's still in the grass. It's very hard for an impala who's walking up onto it to detect. Whereas if it's the other way around, if it's a lion creeping up to an impala that's not moving, it's a lot easier for that impala to detect the lion. So you could find that the lioness is waiting, hoping that these impala move towards it. But every tuft of grass I look at appears to be a lion. At this time of the year, as the grass has yellowed, a while back, they tend to have less hunting finesse the younger they are.
To make a successful strike. Oh, I can see the one, I think. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. It's just right there.
Oh, wonderful. Brian can see one. Where is she? Just on the other side? Or?
Yeah, just there. She's close. She's very close.
Wow. Look at this. Well spotted, Brian. I can't tell where she is.
She must be
looking through my binoculars.
She must be about.
Okay, so Brian says 20 meters. She'll probably at least have to half that distance before she can chase. So there she goes, and too far, and she got close. And well done to her for getting that close, and to Brian for spotting her. And now you can hear the impala shouting and screaming. But as I did just mention to Brian just before she exploded, she would have had to have half that distance before she had a chance. And that is an example of a youngster just not knowing what she's capable of. She did do very well though, and for a lioness on her own, who's used to hunting with the pride, I think it's commendable that she got that close. I wonder where her brother is. She still wants to have a go at them, but sadly for this young lady, without the element of surprise, and for any predator without the elements of surprise, their chances of bringing down prey are almost nil. And this is another example of lack of wisdom. The fact that she thinks she can continue heading after them now is very wishful, because now that they know she's here, she's got zero chance. Wonderful, we can hear her vocalizing. Well, folks, just a minute left, and we're going to leave them a little bit later on this afternoon. What a morning it's been. And until this afternoon, folks, thanks again for following us this morning, and what a morning it's been with Brent on the leopard and myself and Brian with the lion. I hope you've enjoyed every second of it, and until this afternoon.